the No Timers podcast, everything Ottawa Senators and beyond is here. Here are your hosts, Raph and Peter.
Yes, that's right, and welcome back to the No Timers podcast. My name is Raph. He is Peter. We're your hosts for this lovely podcast. Peter, welcome back from Vegas. How's that for you?
It's fun. Didn't lose all my money, so that's always a good sign. Had some good self-control. Yeah, happy to be back as well, although it's a little cold out now, unfortunately. But
A little bit, but at least the canal is open, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Pete, welcome back. Last week you left me alone to talk, but thankfully Kevin helped me out, and we had a pretty good interview, so that was always fun. Okay, so this week we are going to look back at what we thought was going to be a good week for the Senators. It turned out being very meh.
Yeah.
It didn't. We didn't go the worst case scenario, which would have been 3 losses, but we did go 1-2, which is still very bad. Yeah. I know you were kind of away this week, Pete, but any thoughts on the Sens 3 games that we played last week?
So I could only catch highlights of the games, but I think that the big thing, and everyone's talking about it, is goaltending. And in the Columbus game, at least we had the offense to kind of offset that. Even though I thought Forsberg still played pretty well, I don't think any of those shots that he let in I would consider softies. But then Anaheim, Chicago, definitely some bad ones. Also some bad defensive coverage, I would say. But yeah, it's especially the Anaheim game. That was a rough one. The Chicago game honestly wasn't that bad. But the Anaheim one really, really sucked.
Yeah, no, for sure. The Anaheim game was definitely a blow to us. We got outplayed by like the second worst team in the league. They lost the night before or 2 nights before, 5-0 in Montreal. So we're like, Oh yeah, this is an easy dub. We're wrong.
Yeah, I think you could also argue for Anaheim there. They wanted it more because of that bad game against Montreal. Like, I think I was hearing like they had like a really tough practice the next day, so it could have just been a case of mentally they were there and Ottawa wasn't. So
no, we definitely did not skate during that Anaheim game. Giroux said it was like one of the worst games that they've played.
It showed.
I'm reading here. He said, look, we were playing some good hockey before that, but, we just didn't do that tonight. And, they were horrible against Anaheim. Columbus game was good. I think that was the Monday game. So we had a good game against Columbus. We beat them. Which,
and
not surprising, right?
Nice little stat. The hat trick by Brady. What I believe it was the 69th hat trick for the league that's this season. So nice.
Nice. Yep. Very nice. Brady's.
Overall, like I said, pretty good game. Offense was able to kind of counteract. I mean, I think it's become like a running joke. It's Ottawa's got to score more than 3 goals to win a game, and well, they did against Columbus, so that's good.
Well, we gotta get 4 so we can get some pizza, right? So.
All that too, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very on brand.
Yeah, and Columbus game was good, 6-3 final. Yeah, Brady hat trick, so the 69th of the year, nice. His second career hat trick. That was a great game to watch, very fun. And then after that, we're like, okay, we're gonna sweep the next 2 games, Anaheim and Chicago, no problemo. Chicago, literally last place in the league right now. and then we go and we mess it up. I wanna talk about a little bit more about that Chicago game because that was yesterday or 2 days ago. 2 days ago, because
2 days ago, yeah.
Today's Monday, people. We're recording this on a Monday for a Wednesday episode. Yes, we're changing it to Wednesdays, by the way. So, today we played Tampa, and I'm looking at the lineup right now. Mr. Martin did a little bit of a shuffle, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind it. I honestly don't mind the shuffle. I like it, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Nothing really, like, on first glance, people are like, whoa, Brady on the third line, but depending on how Martin uses the lines, it's probably going to be like a 1A, BC kind of deal.
Yeah.
That's the way I saw it. And Forsberg gets the start, looks like. So.
You can start him after.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully get some good enough goaltending.
The funny thing is
what they need.
Yeah, the funny thing is that Forsberg is, I think he's like 1-3-1 against Tampa, and somehow Korpisalo's worse. So,
that's kind of we'll talk about it more later in the episode, but that's kind of been the theme of the goaltending this year. It seems
it's been tough, man. So Ridley, Gregg, Josh Norris, Drake Batherson first line, Matthew Joseph, Timmy Stu, and Claude Giroux second line. Brady, Pinter, and Tarasenko, third line, and then the shittiest fourth line in the NHL, Kubalik, Kaslik, and Parker Kelly. I was going to say something, but I'd rather not because I don't want to get canceled. Our D pairings, Zub and Jake Sanderson, Shabbat and JBD, and the Chikrin and Brandstrom. So Hamonic scratched again, finally. I know that Sanderson and Zub were injured, so we had to get Hamonic in for a game or two. But last game against Chicago, Martin chose to scratch JBD over Hamonic, and that was certainly a choice.
Yep.
Like, buddy, do you not see our record without Hamonic? We're so much better without him.
Yeah.
And then he goes and there's a play that I was watching. And then I saw replays of it because people were just retweeting it. And then Ottawa had the momentum. We're in the zone for like a minute. And then Hamonic gets the puck and he shoots a little wafer puck right into the goalie's pads. Then the play dies. And it's like, oh my God, buddy, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So
I kind of,
yeah.
I guess we're going to skip to the Hamonic JVD topic here. But part of me, because of where the Sens are at in the stands this season, how many games are left, I don't think results-wise, like how the games turn out, you're not going to see that much difference whether you have Hamonic or JBD in. That might be a hot take, I don't know. But I would still run JBD because he is the young defenseman. We should be getting him that play experience.
Yeah, exactly.
And hopefully develop him further. Where Hamonic, he's an old guy. He's not contributing the way like a veteran should, like a Giroux. So there's no reason to have him in unless like you need someone to fill a spot because of injuries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, Hamonic, like if it were up to me, Hamonic would not play again this season. Just sit him out in the press box for the rest of the season. Let JBD, continue to develop, and he will be he will be a good D-man for us in the future. But there's no need to have Hamonic anymore, bro.
So a couple of notes I made from the Columbus Anaheim games because they played in those ones, both Hamonic and JBD, I believe. And to kind of back up my whole, like, I don't think it would make too much of a difference because, it was kind of 50-50, one win, one loss.
Yeah.
But they both had some bad plays. In my opinion, like, I think on Columbus's third goal, Hamonic's positioning wasn't very good. I think he might have even screened Forsberg. That's why he didn't see that. It was that short side just in between the post. And that's like, well, your experience, you got to be better than that. And then on the Anaheim game, it was their fourth goal. JVD was just kind of flopping around. But you see a lot with a lot of the Sens young D, and that's something they gotta clean up. So it's not like a JBD only thing.
Yeah.
But like I said, that feels like something they can develop and correct.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah, for sure. I agree with you on that one. Yeah, again, JBD, young guy, right? So can't put that much blame on him. But Hamonic, he's a long tenured veteran, but he should know better than
yeah,
doing what he does. Anyway, so I'm looking here at some stats from the Chicago Sens game. Like I mentioned before, the Sens lost 11 in a row to Chicago, and we haven't beaten them since a 4-3 win on December 16, 2016, bro. 2016. That's, that's crazy. The Sens, but we outshot them 42 to
it's like 22,
20,
I think.
22 shots. Yeah, 42 to 22. So
like nearly double.
we allowed 3 goals on 22 shots, while they scored 4.
It's
It's
just one of those games where it seems to happen a lot against the Sens, or it's just a goalie difference. And Mrazek,
and we scored 2 on 42 shots. That's insane.
yeah, Mrazek showed up. Korpisalo didn't make the saves we needed. Like 2 of those goals, you can't really fault Korpisalo, in my opinion. Even like the one Bedard goal where it just kind of snuck in. Like I've seen that happen a lot.
Yeah, but
throughout the years I've watched the NHL.
Get that though, bro.
Exactly. It's still not necessarily excusable to let that one in. But I understand that's almost like a toss up. But yeah, it's still like emotionally, deflating to see something like that go in.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
Bedard did end up getting a second, but it didn't count because of the offside. It was a very nice goal though by Bedard.
It was.
Thank God it didn't count because
I gotta say, like honestly, like when I saw the Chicago game coming up at the beginning of last week, and I knew Bedard was coming back, I didn't necessarily think that would be an easy one for Ottawa, just because you gotta factor in the Bedard in there. Like he is that good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Still think, or obviously would have preferred the Sens win.
I mean, we were winning.
Yeah.
Until a minute and it was tied till 1:52 left when Jason Dickinson scored the game winner. So
right.
Yeah. No, not a good effort by the Sens against Anaheim and Chicago.
Yeah. No, I thought the effort was there at Chicago, but
maybe
Mrazek just played very well.
Yeah, he had a game. He stole one for them, and Mrazek isn't the type of goalie where you think of him being,
No, but he's very. I believe someone had said he's very like hot and cold.
Yeah.
And so he just had one of his hot nights.
Yeah, he did. That he did. Yeah. So we we hoped tonight against Tampa will be a little bit more ready to go, right? And not sleep a little bit. Because the Sens,
Hopefully.
yeah, because the Sens they're famous for having 40 to 50 shots in the game and still losing the game. So last year we did that a lot. We did that so much last year.
Yep.
But yeah, and then we talked about Bedard here. Yeah, I mean Bedard is just the guy is unreal, right? First year in the league and he's already tearing it up like he's been playing forever. So can't really say much about him, but we can talk about the Sens not playing as they should. Okay, where is the? Okay, here we go. Anaheim. let's break down a little bit of the Anaheim game here. If I can find the article. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's the arena stuff. We'll look into the arena stuff in a little bit. Not right now. Right now, we will talk about the Anaheim game that happened on Saturday. Yeah, man, not pretty. We've mentioned it before. It's not pretty. We were, we had a 4-game winning streak going. We're like, oh yeah, we'll make it 5. Anaheim's not that great. They just lost to Montreal, whatever, and then we drop a 5-1 decision. Not good. Let's see here. McTavish got 2 goals in that game, which gave them a 4-0 lead after a second goal. And I was like, oh, great. We're going to get shut out by the team that got shut out by Montreal 2 nights before. What are your thoughts on that loss? Let's go quickly over that loss against Anaheim. So
I think I already touched on it. It's just, I don't know what it was. It was just they didn't show up to play. Not sure what happened there. It would be nice. Like, I don't know what professional players go to like mentally prepare for games. I would think it's the same for every game, but I don't know, something they just weren't ready for this one. It's like if there's a way where they could always be hyped to play like they were playing the Leafs and just smoke them, that'd be nice. The only thing I'd really want to say, and it maybe kind of segues into another topic here, but Korpisalo was in net. Obviously, rough game for him. But the goal I really want to talk about is Anaheim's second goal. I don't know who scored it. I didn't write that down, but Korpisalo just seemed really slow to like move in his crease and cover that shot.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like already down in the butterfly as well. And they shoot up over his left glove there, and it kind of segues in because I remember seeing, I can't remember if it was on Twitter or Reddit or maybe like another like news media outlet, but Korpisalo with like his positioning and after watching that and his slow reaction to that goal, someone had said like, I wonder if his eyesight just has like issues and he's like losing track of pucks, and that it's just speculation, but I just want to bring it up because like I wonder if his eyesight's just like suffering. Like it just seems consistent enough where he just seems to be in bad position or he's slow to react to shots. He loses the puck. Like I don't know. Like we need an optometrist get in, take a look. And we need some contacts.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't know. Some of the goals that he does let in is they're very questionable. That's for sure.
And I'll just say I have a bit of experience with that because I wear glasses, and back in the day, I mean, I never actually played hockey in any type of like serious setting, but just playing like road hockey and stuff. I love playing goalie. I'm a weirdo like that, and because I couldn't fit the mask over my glasses, I'd be playing basically half blind, and you can easily lose sight of stuff. So
I guess,
that's where it's like I can see that being true. I don't know, because some of the stuff he does, it's like I would do that, and I can't see anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know, speculation.
Yeah, it's weird. Some of the goals he lets in are very, very soft and very weird. But we'll see what happens against Tampa, and hopefully by next time we talk for episode 5, we're be like, oh yeah, Korpisalo, amazing, great job.
Well, Forsberg's got the start tonight, so
he'll probably Forsberg is another though that you're like.
Yeah, it's We talked about it before. It's like, Forsberg's what 1-3 and I can't
1-3
remember
and 1,
what
I think.
against Tampa, and
yeah.
Korpisalo is somehow worse. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's our goalie pairing. It's like Forsberg isn't quite starter material or like what we would need from a starter, and then Korpisalo, our quote starter, is even worse statistically. So it's like, what do you do?
Yeah. This goalie thing, it's never gonna end until we figure out what's going on with both goalies. If we have to move on from Corpy at the end of the year, just buy him out and try to get an actual solid guy, right? So
it's buy him out, or I was listening to I forget the name of their podcast. It's the one with Wallace, Yorkie, and Bobby Ryan, but they're saying like
coming in hot,
yeah. That's goals for us.
Yeah.
But like, can you even trade them? And if you were to trade them, you've got to retain like a huge chunk of that contract.
Oh yeah,
That's another option.
Nobody's taking Korpisalo at that price.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
No, Korpisalo, he's either gonna stay for another. Well, he's here till 27, 28. So he's either going to stay here till 25, 26 and then maybe get traded, or we're going to just buy him out and be done with it.
Yeah, curious to see what Steos does there.
It's not pretty, man.
But then
I'm trying to look at his. I'm on Camp Friendly just to see what we'd save if we were to buy him out. So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we talked about it a bit in the last episode I was on, but if Korpisalo's gone, who do we target? Like, I think you mentioned UC Saros, but I think Nashville said they're willing to keep him, and since they're willing to keep him, it's like a big price to get him. Like, that like would Ottawa be willing to go like a core piece for that? Which maybe it is worth it, because goaltending has been rough for Ottawa for years now, ever since Anderson left.
Yeah, funny you should mention Craig Anderson, because yesterday, 11 years ago, the Sens traded for Anderson from Colorado.
That's right.
And the rest is history, right? And by yesterday, I mean February 18th, people, if you're listening. He went to be one of the best goalies in franchise history. He led us to multiple playoff runs, and but he was solid between the pipes.
Yep.
Yeah, we definitely need another Craig Anderson there to help us for sure. Okay, so quickly before we move on to our next topic, which is I think the arena talk. As always, I just want to thank everybody for listening, following, and supporting us. We really appreciate it for all your support, and without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. And we do this for you, right? So we can have, so you can have our opinions on things, and then we can just debate them as we go. So thank you very much for all the support. And now we will move on to the arena talk. I want to pull up our best friend in the media, Bruce Garriott. Everybody loves that guy. Bruce Garriott talking about the new arena, the potential for a new arena. There's still a lot of moving parts, to figure out where it's going to be, when it's going to be, what it's going to be. But here in the article, he mentions that the Senators are planning to leave the CTC, but they don't expect to leave Canada till the 29-30 season. So that's 4 or 5 years, maybe even 6 years still. And the club is keeping its options open for a new rink site, meaning that Le Breton isn't the only place that they're looking at. I'm trying to see if where they were looking at, because I don't think there's any other spots in Ottawa, like downtown core, that we could do this.
Yeah.
So it's a little.
So if I remember, so aside from the Breton Flats, I think it was the mayor, Mark Sutcliffe, offered either, I think it was Bayview Yards, which is basically Le Breton Flats. It's just on
Same thing.
the other side of the LRT station.
Yeah.
Which would be fine, I guess. You just have to clear up space for it. I've heard the old Department of National Defense building downtown, like next to the convention center.
Oh yeah.
Is a spot. And like there's opportunity there. But the only thing with all those other sites that I think have been proposed aside from Le Breton is you now have to add demolition, which adds cost, which adds time.
Yeah.
So in an ideal world, I still think Le Breton's the way to go. Like you place it right smack dab in between two LRT stations.
Which hopefully they'll work by then.
Yeah, let's just. I'll be positive.
Yeah.
And say like they both work. But like now you've got more transportation options to get to games. Everyone's not going in one direction, so you can kind of spread out traffic flow for anyone who does end up driving in or take buses, LRT. You've got the Kitchissippi Mekong Parkway there. I mean, it's not necessarily a highway, but it sort of functions like one.
Ottawa River Parkway.
So yep. So that helps, and you've got some other kind of roads that'll quickly, not too far from the 417. Like seeing like Booth Street isn't too far away, although it's kind of a small street, but it's still like you've got more options to move in and out. The only thing, because I kind of geek out on this stuff because I also play a lot of City Skylines. For those who don't know, I was looking at the current Le Breton master plan that the NCC has up on their site, and just kind of looking at how they've laid it out. One thing that like would kind of concern me with where they place that arena on their site is how to get like trucks and stuff to like the shipping and receiving area. Like, how do you deal with the logistics of that kind of stuff? Because it doesn't look like they just have like entries for underground parking, which is fine. But that's the only thing I would. Or because I've heard a lot of saying like the site that the NCC made available isn't big enough, and at first I didn't really think that was true, but after like kind of looking into more, that might be the case. Like I said, more for like on the logistics side of things. Plus, I believe Ann Lauer and the ownership group, and I think any like sports owner would want this, is like they would want more land because you'd want to add like a hotel there, maybe some shops to just generate more revenue than just like ticket sales or whatever is in the arena.
Yeah.
But I know the NCC has said they are flexible with the land available. So hopefully that works out. Because like I said, I think Le Breton's the best place to go just because you don't have to do any demolition. So that saves you time and money.
Yeah, exactly. No, Le Breton is definitely a good spot. It's right across from the museum of the War Museum there. I drive by it basically every day. And it literally takes me from Le Breton to the Queensway maybe 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Just go down.
And also you got two nearby bridges to Quebec.
Exactly.
So that helps a lot because you're over in Gatineau. So I mean, it just feels like I understand the mayor wants something closer to the quote core of downtown to revitalize downtown, but you can do that with other ways, and I've heard it thrown around, and it's likely true. It's you kind of lose if you're building on NCC land versus Ottawa land, you're obviously going to lose. You're not going to get the money from it, from like the taxes. So I can understand the mayor and the city kind of wanting to maybe go somewhere else, or like they would prefer them. I get it, but
Yeah.
take all that stuff out. I think LeBreton's the right spot.
No, LeBron, I feel is the right spot. It's 5 minutes from the Queensway. It's literally 2 minutes from two bridges from Gatineau. There's a station right there for transit. Right, there's the Pimisi, and then there's Bayview.
Yeah, and Bayview's also got, because you got line 1 and line 2. So you got the east-west route, you got the north-south route. So
exactly, yeah,
point. That's why I'm also like, I want Bayview Yards would be like a good second, but they would have to demolish the current. There's like I think it's like a city garage is out there, so they'd have to. Well, one, the city would have to like sell it, and they'd have to clean that area up.
Yeah,
it's not. It's mostly just like an open yard, but you still gotta take some stuff down and clean that side up before you can do anything.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I know Bayview Yards is it's basically the Breton, but it's a little further west. Yeah. Hopefully, like we said, by 2030 season is when they're looking to, probably be out of the CTC. Hopefully, before then, but we'll see. And then, so since we're going to be sitting at the CTC for so long, there's talk about upgrades coming to the CTC. So, it says right here that VP, so Chris Phillips is the Sens VP. He says they're studying upgrades to the CTC. So, probably seats, concessions, all those things. We are looking at, let's see, what will they be talking about for upgrades here?
Did they? I thought they had talked about upgrading the ice earlier in the season. Did they end up doing that? I don't know if they've ever confirmed it.
So I think the ice got upgraded. We have the Swedish ice, Swiss ice, something like that. It's supposed to be a little bit faster. I played on it a couple, last week. I don't know, felt all right. But yeah, so here are some of the changes that are getting to be considered. So they want to upgrade some of the seats, of course, because a bunch of them are still the original ones. For those who don't know, the CTC is now 28 years old. It opened back in 1990. I want to say maybe whatever 28 years ago was, so 3, 4, maybe even 5, because I know the Sens played at the Civic Center for those first few years. Oh, okay, so here it is. It opened in January 96. So some of those seats are still original to that date. They want to upgrade some of the grab and go options for food at the 200 levels. They did a new Club CIBC, which was rebranded in the summer. But they said that, they want to make more of that. And the good thing about the Club CIBC, it's not like Club Bell, because Club Bell is closed, right, to just the ticket holders. Club CIBC, it's inclusive for everyone. Can go and, experience that, which is nice. Oh, it says here, the Senators may bring back a nice level bar behind the club's home goal at the 100 level. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, they used to have a post-game show and called it the Lexus Lounge. So they used to have a little ice level bar back there. It may not happen next season, but Phillips noted that your organization is trying to determine a better way to use that space because of its proximity. Yeah. Say behind the home goal. Yeah. So that's Okay, so that's opposite the side that the Zamboni comes out. So that would be right under the.
That makes sense.
So that would be right under the Molson seats, right, which are the bar. So that's cool.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting too.
One thing, I don't know if anyone for the organization's listening, but need to fix that like 1 pixel on the jumbotron. I think it's still kind of like busted or like off color.
You know, it's funny because they fixed one side of it that was blacked out, and then then the next game I go to, I see that the other side is also kind of pixelated.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh well, there you go.
But yeah, I think the concessions, the kind of food that are there, could definitely be better. Like I remember seeing someone on Reddit comments like, "It's weird that there's not a single like shawarma place."
Yeah.
For like a team in Ottawa, like we need, get one of the shawarma places to open up a little shop in there. That'd be nice.
Yeah, and Shawarma Palace is one of the sponsors too. So I'm surprised they're not in there yet.
Exactly.
If they were in there, I'd be eating shawarma every game, bro.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, nothing against the Gabriel pizzas.
Yeah,
I find the pizzas are pretty decent.
they are. Yeah, they're good.
It's just you gotta mix it up every now and then.
Yeah, give it a little shake up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are some of the things they're looking to do. Another one is they will likely expand the Brook Street Lounge to include more seating. So that's right behind the penalty box, and then you get like food and dinner and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. I've never been to the Brook Street Lounge, but it sounds nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are definitely some of the things we are looking to do in terms of updates to the arena.
The only other thing, I wonder if they'll do anything with like the little concourse outside or like the courtyard.
Maybe.
Because I know, like,
they repaved it, right?
Like pre-game. Yeah. There's some pre-game celebrations out there and kind of stuff. Maybe some opportunity to do some stuff there. Because, like I was saying, like, just coming back from a trip to Vegas, I mean, I wasn't there during any of the games Vegas was playing at home, but I was at a hotel right across from T-Mobile Arena, and it's just like a nice place to walk around there.
Yeah.
Like it'd be nice to have. I mean, maybe it's not the smartest business thing to like start open up shops there, but maybe even just have pop-up shops during like some of the games during the year would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I agree.
Maybe give some incentives to folks to come down a little earlier. Try to attract to spend more money to the at the organization versus somewhere else. Like sometimes we go to like Centrum area, Canada Centrum, before the game. So
there's nothing there in outside of the CTC, right? It's just that little area with the little fireplace, the fire pit, and there's nothing there. So if you wanna maybe grab a snack or something, you either have to go into Bert's, you have to go to Bert's, or you have to go in early and grab something from concessions. Hopefully they're probably not going to do it at the CTC anymore, but most likely at the new arena they will have shops and food places.
Yeah.
In the vicinity, so that'll probably be something that will be, that will come in the future for the Sens.
Yeah, that's like I said. That's why, like, maybe obviously you can't do something permanent there, but maybe have some pop-up shops or bring some food trucks out there. I don't know.
Yeah. But I think the thing is
just to liven it up a bit.
But I think maybe the thing is that they don't really want that because they want people to go into Bert's and into the concessions, right? So if you're bringing out food trucks, the revenue isn't going to the club; it's going to the food trucks, right? So there's that too.
Well, I think yes, but I don't know how it all works. But obviously, like the food trucks would have to like pay a fee, obviously.
Oh yeah, of course.
There.
But I don't know if it's worth it to them to do that right now. So.
Or I guess when the weather warms up and hopefully Sens get back some playoff hockey, soon. Within the time frame the CTC still around. Maybe Birds can open up like a little patio out there, right? I don't know if they do. I've never been during like the nicer weather. So
no, I don't think Burt's has a patio even in the summer, because I've been there in the summer. They're open right in the summer.
Just
no
even
patio,
something
though.
like that. That way, like it's still they're still getting the money, the revenue, but just to add something out there. Like
Yeah.
I think it would go a long way to just improve everyone, like the fan experience. Because like I said, like it's just nice to kind of have that, during the game, at the game, for the game.
Agree, 100%. Yeah, no, you're right about that. Definitely agree about that. And yeah,
Or shit, get on Terra to just like, loosen up some tailgating laws. Just start tailgating.
I know,
We
right?
got giant freaking parking lot out there.
No, the parking lot's
Might as well
huge,
start tailgating.
Yeah, we get some barbecues going, some pre-game parties. Yeah, good stuff, good times. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Probably in the off season, you're gonna start doing some of that stuff. But yeah, so apparently we still got another 5 to 6 years at the CTC, and by the time we do move, most of our players that are here won't be here anymore. Maybe some of the core guys, so maybe Timmy, Brady if he resigns. Who else has an 8-year contract right now? Sanderson.
Sanderson.
Yeah. So
isn't Norris
Norris has,
or is it Batherson?
I think Norris has 6 or 5 years left. Batherson, okay. I believe he has 4 years left, and then Shabbat has 4 years left. So if those guys don't re-sign, they won't be playing at the new arena. At least not as Ottawa Senators, right? So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, 2029, 2030 is still a long ways away. And, yeah, we'll see. Maybe they, I don't know, find a new spot to put the arena, like on the water or something. They just build like an island in the middle of the Ottawa River, and there you go.
There you go.
Okay, cool. So we are moving on here. So we talked about Korpisalo and how we think that he might maybe be done next year with the Sens. I don't know, because he was before the Anaheim game, there was a stretch of 12 to 15 games out that we were very, very good. In the last 10 before that, we were 6-2-2. And Korpisalo started most of those games. And then, the Anaheim game was just like, ugh, okay, so he's back to what he used to be. So are his days over? We'll find out, I guess, at the offseason.
Yeah, it's... If he can somehow get back to, like, being consistently okay. Like, they don't even really need him to be, like, amazing. It's just, he's got to be consistently, like, okay, good. Like, not constantly where it's, like, almost pretty much every game you're giving up, like, a soft one. Like, I don't think the team's asking him to, like, steal games. You just gotta be there. Make the saves you gotta save. Like, I can't remember the name of that like advanced stat, but it's like expected save, and like both Korpisalo and Forsberg are among like the worst.
Yeah, I think
they're not making the saves that they're expected to save. Yeah.
But I mean, like, they were, like, funny enough, you mentioned steal games and stuff. They were actually, like I said, during that 10, 15 game stretch there were some games where Korpisalo did save us. And we're like, okay, maybe, with the new goalie coach in, he's finally picked up his game. He's learned, maybe how to cover the angles better, whatever. Mm-hmm. I know it's one bad game that he had. Okay, 2 bad games that he had. But it's been, ever since he signed with us, it's not been constant. So that's why we have many doubts about Korpi and what's going to happen. Forsberg is another one that we don't really know, because especially that he injured both his knees, and then he came back, and then he got injured again, and now he's back again. So he's also a question mark, right? We don't really know what he's got to offer. Last year he was solid. I think he even ended up the year with a winning record last year.
Yeah.
Him and Talbot, I think they both had winning records by the end of the year, but it was too late. But Forsberg is another question mark. We don't know what's going on there. Yeah. And then I guess to sort of start wrapping things up here, I know we don't really want to go back into it, but why do the Sens have the amazing talent of losing games to basement teams, bro? Every year that kills us. It's I don't understand it.
Well, I think for our most recent games, there was a funny stat someone had posted where Ottawa's just got like an abysmal record. I think they're winless for all games played outside of like the Eastern time zone. So there's that.
Yeah, exactly.
As for why they're losing against these basement teams, it might be the same reason why I think it was Steve Dangle brought up after Ottawa beat Toronto, where it's like they just don't care. I don't know.
Like, are we not ready? Are we just like, are we taking these
right?
things
Like
for granted?
it's just like,
oh no, whatever. It's a basement team. We don't have to
yeah.
play. Like what?
And like the basement team, I don't know, just cares more. They like playing that, they like to play the spoiler.
Yeah,
and it's like honestly, and because like Ottawa's down there in the basement too, and they're playing another basement game. They can't really play spoiler, but like because there's still that slight glimmer of hope with the Sens, these other teams can spoil it for us.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe it's that it's got to be something mentally, like because logically, the skill, like they should be winning those. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's a tough question, but that would be my answer. They're just taking teams for granted. It's that stereotypical answer of like they like played down to their competition, and then they went further than that.
yeah. There's no excuse why they're playing that bad against bottom teams. Yeah, I know we're a bottom team, but even when we were a higher team, we still lose to bottom teams. So it's confusing. It makes no sense. Anyway, Tampa's a good team, so we'll probably end up winning. The next stretch,
or at least make it close.
The next stretch of games for the Sens is not easy, though, eh? We
because they got Tampa.
I know we have Tampa. We have Vegas.
Yeah, I'll be at that Vegas game, so hopefully, they'll do all right there. If I had a bad string of luck going to games this year, aside from like our home opener where they blew Tampa out.
Yeah.
Or no, was that Tampa? Was that Philly?
That was Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tampa, Florida. So Tampa tonight, Florida tomorrow. 22nd we play Dallas. The 24th we play Vegas, and then Washington, and then to Nashville to close out February. So these are important games, bro. These are very important games. These next 4 from now until the Vegas game is very important because they're high-end teams. So if we can keep it close or even have like a overtime loss or something, sort of pick up points, because I know before the Anaheim and the Chicago games, we were 2 games under 500. Now we're 4 games under 500. So we gotta step it up here if we want any glimmer of hope of snatching that last playoff wildcard spot. But I think we beat Tampa because Tampa, we usually have a decent record against Tampa. The series this year is tied 1-1, So this is the third game of the year against Tampa. They won one and they've lost one. But yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna be. This week is gonna be very interesting to see what's gonna happen with these games.
Yeah, especially that back-to-back with Florida tomorrow.
Yeah, back-to-back.
Florida's a very good team. Yeah,
and with Florida, it's always a hectic game. I don't know if you remember the Florida game earlier this year where they had like 171 penalty minutes or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? The ref just basically saying everyone gets a misconduct on the ice.
Everybody on the ice, 10 misconduct. Get out of here. Yeah.
We'll see.
So that should be an interesting game tomorrow as well. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's funny because when we play Florida, we either beat the living snot out of them or they beat the living snot out of us. So we'll see which we'll see which way it goes this time.
Yep.
All right. Honestly, I think that's all for now. We will we'll watch the games this week, and next week when we record, we'll talk about those. Hopefully, in a lighter note, and we won't want Korpisalo to leave anymore. It's a good old flip flop, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The ups and downs of being a fan.
Yes, sir. But we're almost an hour into this, so this is always good talk, and thank you again for everybody who's still listening up to this point. You guys are the real ones. All right, Peter, before we end here, give me some final thoughts of last week and thoughts of what you think is going to happen this week, and then I'll give mine, and then we'll close her out. Go ahead.
Yeah. Final thoughts. Last week, I mean, like I said, I think the Anaheim game was really the only bad game they had. Columbus game was pretty good. Chicago, that at least, they stuck into it. They could have won that one. It's just, it really was like, to quote our boy DJ Smith, they just had a bad bounce there at the end, honestly. Yeah. Obviously, they should have won those games against those bottom teams, but it is what it is. And then, yeah, this upcoming week will be a tough one. I'm not as convinced as you they'll beat Tampa, but out of the three games, I think it is, at least up till Saturday, Tampa's probably the most likely one they'll get a W.
Yeah.
Florida's the tough one, even without like a back-to-back. Florida will be a tough game, I think. I think they've been playing pretty well recently, and then Vegas is Vegas. They've been very good. So
yeah, Vegas is always good. Unfortunate.
But I'm excited to be at that game, so I'll cheer them on until they're in a really rough goal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll be watching that game too, and hopefully we get a W out of that. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. So last week, whatever. Let's put it behind us. Not a good week. We should not have went 1-2-0, but this week, looking forward to these games. A little tougher, but I guess the Sens thrive a little bit more under the pressure. So. And then, I'm looking forward to that Florida game on Tuesday or tomorrow. That should be an interesting one. It always is. It's always a very exciting game. And then, Vegas. So, Yo there. So send the good vibes.
I forgot about Dallas.
And Dallas, yeah.
That's a tough one, too. Dallas is very good as well. Like, basically, same answer I had for Vegas. I think both Dallas and Vegas are very solid teams.
Yeah. Yeah. Dallas, Vegas, and they're tough teams. Then they are tough teams to beat.
Bruh.
Okay, perfect. So that sort of wraps it up here for us. We are gonna say goodbye and thank you very much once again for listening. Peter, thank you again for co-hosting.
Sure.
You're not in Vegas next week, I hope.
No, I gotta recover.
Yeah,
from,
there you go.
The money I lost. gotta work again.
Yeah. So next week, Pete and I will be back with thoughts on this week, and we will see how that goes. All right. Thank you very much for listening, and go Sens go.
That was the No Timers podcast. Make sure to stay tuned every week for a new episode. Thanks for listening.